Grandpa, please don't shave your beard.
Buddy, I haven't shaved my beard off in probably 30 years. I think Grandma's only seen me without my beard one time, so it never goes away. But what I'm trying to teach you today is way back when I was your age and a lot younger, you'd go to a barber shop to get a haircut and they would trim around your neck with this thing here, which is called a straight razor. And one of the things that they did that was really cool is they had this leather strop and they used that because it was hanging from your barber's chair. They would use that to hone that edge on that blade to keep it super, super sharp. So nowadays, what people do to keep their plane irons and their chisels nice and sharp is they use a strop as well. So I'm going to show you how to make one today. We're not going to use the old-fashioned barber strop. We're going to take this piece of leather that we've already cut. We've got a nice flat board here. We're going to attach the leather to it, and then we're going to impregnate it with some polishing compound, and I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing we got to do, now that we got this cut, is we got to protect our workbench from getting this glue on it that we're going to spray on it. So we're going to take the top side of our piece of plywood here. We're going to spray that, and then we're going to spray the bottom side of the leather. And then we're going to let them sit for a while so that the contact cement will basically dry. That makes it stick a whole lot better. So this is super, super sticky stuff. So we don't want to get it on our bench at all. We're going to roll that on there like that. And that's all we got to do. We're going to put some on the back of the piece of leather as well. Same way. And it's called contact cement so that when the two pieces dry a little bit, the minute they get contact and they're nice and tight together after they've dried a little bit, it'll stick super, super strong. What we're going to do is we're going to roll it on with the roller here. These are real, real handy. So we're going to let this dry for just a few minutes. And this is how we make time go by. It's called put on our thumbs. You do that while your paint's drying, while your glue's drying, stuff like that. So it just occupies your time a little bit. And see, this is already fairly dry because it's not sticking to my fingers. It is a little bit there yet, but I think we're in pretty good shape. Once we get that attached, we're going to put this polishing compound onto it, and that'll help give a little bit of an abrasive to the leather, so it'll polish that chisel up really nice and shiny. And what the whole idea here is, between times when you go into an all-out sharpening, you can hone that edge and keep that edge nice and sharp. So rather than going through the whole process of sharpening, you can just kind of keep it nice and honed and nice and polished up. So with that, I think we're in good shape. Let's take this piece of leather. We're going to center it on here. About like that. Get it lined up pretty much the way we want it. We don't want that to touch down. Too late. Okay. Now I'm going to hold this. We're going to get this out of our way. We're going to take this roller and just put a whole bunch of pressure down on it to make sure it's firmly attached, real well attached to our board. I would rather it be straighter on there and all that, but that's okay too. We can live with it. Okay, there we go. So we have it nice and perfectly flat. Our leather is attached to the face of our plywood here, so we know we've got a nice flat surface. Got to have it nice and flat. And now this is a buffing compound. Sometimes they call it jeweler's rouge, and all it is a rough kind of just a polishing compound. It goes on there. What we do is we're going to impregnate our leather with it like this.
Is it supposed to make that color?
It's supposed to make that color. Sometimes people get it in green. Sometimes I've seen it in red.
What color is this one?
And that's kind of a burgundy or a brown. And that's how we're going to do that. And then what we'll do is we've got our edge of our chisel here, and we're gonna strop this face down. So we're going to take our angle, put our angle down, and we've got a little extra here, so we'll put a hole in the end of it so that we can hang it on a nail or a screw somewhere in the shop and make it easily accessible. We're just going to run this down there a whole bunch of times, and it's going to give us an opportunity to really hone that edge and keep it super, super sharp. Paul Sellers, a real famous woodworker over in England that's been teaching for like 50 years. He says you strop it about 30 times and that'll do what you need to do. And we're kind of starting out here, we're kind of coming up through it. So we're kind of coming around like this, and it'll take that edge, that shiny edge right there. Look at how shiny that is. It takes it right down to the end of that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do this a bunch more times. And there we have our new leather strop for sharpening our chisels and our plain knives. We could probably even sharpen the cutters for our 45s and everything. So right there. Now look at how nice that looks. Nice and shiny that is. You can see that? That polished that up, cleaned that up really good, nice and sharp. So that's what is involved in making a leather strop. So once you've gone through your sharpening stones and you're down to the last thing you'll do is go ahead and polish that edge with a strop, finish that polishing process, and have a really nice, sharp tool. So that's how you make a leather strop. And when it gets to the point where this is pretty well used, what we can do, and we'll go back and impregnate it again. We'll keep it up, and this will last us for years. Years and years and years. A good thing to do. Thanks to learning from Paul Sellers and James Wright at Wood by Wright. Now you know how to make a sharpening strop. Your sharpening tools in the shop. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
High five.